Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of Takt Op Destiny, an anime that was part of a multimedia project animated by Mappa and Madhouse, so you know it looks good. Production quality, it looks great. It looks absolutely amazing. And one thing is that this centers a lot around music. The basic theme of this is that we're set in kind of a semi-post-apocalypse. There's a bit of society still going on, but these things called D2s showed up. And what happens is that anytime you hear music or music's played or whatever, they just show up and start wrecking everything, start killing everybody. So there's these monsters who have shown up and they're just wiping out anywhere where music's played. So it's kind of a post-apocalypse, but society still sticks around in these pockets here and there where they just don't play any music because they're like, if we play music, we're gonna get attacked by a monster and we're gonna die. Unless they have like secret soundproof rooms or something. So it's kind of a society without music, and a lot of the series is about how important music is and things like that. So what the thing I like about that is I have mentioned before that there are a lot of series with like music as a main part of the story, and the anime's music isn't that good, and I'm like, this is about music. You gotta have good music. So the music here is great. The sound quality is great. Like, it's not just the visuals, but I think that having the music and the use of it be very good adds into your anime. When it's a story about music, I think it's something that you really probably should nail. It's just that some anime very much don't. So I think this one does, and this one's great. To combat the D2s, you've got these magical girl-esque characters who fight against them called music arts, and I guess I don't want to get too much more deeply into how they're made or anything, unless you want to watch it yourself. But yeah, it's basically a cross-country road trip from the west coast of the US to the east coast of the US across this kind of post-apocalyptic America with these music-hunting monsters and the music arts who slay the music-hunting monsters. That's basically the vibe you're going to get, and this is going to be one of those anime where the story is solid, it's fine enough, but what you're really coming for is the visuals and the music. The production quality is what's going to really drive this one, because the production quality is very, very, very good, and the story is very okay. I love the road trip. I love the setting of the world. I think that's done really well. Again, like a magical girl kind of setting is something that you're pairing with kind of a post-apocalypse that's a little bit more of a serious thing, and sometimes that can be difficult to do, but I think they do a really good job of it. So I think the journey's good, the setting's good, the characters are good. I really like the characters. I will say the villains aren't very good. The villains are like blatantly mustache-twirlingly evil. And I don't say that as, oh, your villains need to be redeemable. Your villains need to have some sort of good thing about them. No, they can just be evil, crappy people. There are people in real life who are just evil, crappy people. So that's not sort of the criticism. The criticism I have is that they are just blatantly out in the open evil, which is a little bit silly when you really confront it in the story like that. Like when a character is just like, let me monologue my evil thoughts. So the villains are not that great. And I will say, up until the last 2 episodes, I was really getting into the story. The ending, for me personally, I didn't like it. I don't think the ending's very good, but maybe we'll get a season 2 at some point. Maybe you will disagree with me. Maybe you'll really like the ending. For me personally, ending wasn't very good. One thing I love about the road trip are the little Americanisms and what they did to, like, you know, form this sort of post-apocalyptic, semi-post-apocalyptic American setting. It was just such a well-developed and well-done setting. Like, there's just so many little details here and there that I was like, oh man, this just looks right. This just looks really good. You know, it was very neat to see an anime set in America that just kind of looked like this, and it wasn't just like LA or something, because you'll have anime set there sometimes. But I don't know, it just was really, really, really cool. Opening and ending are basically something I always mention. The opening for this, you've maybe even seen it before if you watch openings and endings as much as I do. The opening's an all-timer. It is incredible. It is very, very good. The ending might cause some disagreement with some of you. To me, the ending was boring. The ending, I don't think it's bad, but whenever I got to it at the end of an episode, I was like, okay, this is maybe a little bit of a skip a time. I am maybe not watching the ending every single episode. I just found the ending a bit dull. Wasn't the biggest fan of that. Now, when it comes to my favorite characters, my favorite waifu, my favorite relationship, something else that I do every review, my favorite character was Unmei, or Destiny, though I really liked Lenny. I thought that he was very good. Titan was great. But yeah, Unmei, Destiny, absolutely my favorite. There's so many things that I really loved about Takt's character, but he was just kind of a jerk and a douchebag a lot of the time, and I got really frustrated with him as a main character a lot, whereas Unmei was great. I think that Takt's journey is very good. And then, of course, like I said, the last 2 episodes, they're just things that happened with Takt and, like, some of the other characters, specifically a romantic thing that was, like, to me, not hinted at whatsoever at any point throughout the story, and I just did not understand why, like, what was going on there. So there is that. But yeah, I'll say that best character, Unmei. Best girl, Anna Schneider. I would say that she is probably most attractive to me, but again, it is tough. I don't know. None of them really stuck out as, oh man, a Wooga super waifu. None of them are characters that stuck with me like that. And as far as relationships go, I think Takt and Unmei's was like so well done. That was very well written. But also Takt and Lenny. I think that Takt and Lenny, or Titan and Lenny, is also a good one. Takt and Lenny is such a very, very good relationship, though. Again, all that stuff up until like the last 2 episodes, to me, I was really bought in. I was really into it. I just really didn't like the ending. Though if I had to pick one, I think I'd go Lenny and Takt as the best relationship. I think I would go with that. So yeah, that is my thoughts, my review. And actually, before I end, to talk about that romance stuff, the stuff I didn't like in more detail, I'll go ahead and get a little bit spoilery just for a minute real quick. So if you want to click off now, watch it yourself without any spoilers, go ahead. Specifically, spoilers starting now. What I didn't like or get is this entire time we're going on the road trip, there's barely any interaction whatsoever between like Anna and Takt. So I thought that, Takt and Unmei, they're kind of the main character duo, the male lead and the female lead, and Anna was kind of the older sister character driving them along, and I thought she was great. I absolutely loved her. But then out of nowhere, when you expect Takt and Unmei to have a relationship the entire time, because it feels like they're going that way, and I'm like, I don't really need them to go that way. They can just remain friends. All of a sudden, bam, right at the end, they're hitting you with romantic feelings between Anna and Takt, and it's like, where on earth did that come from? That hasn't been hinted at, to me at least. Maybe I'm just not picking up on signs, but to me that was not hinted at whatsoever throughout the entire season. I'm like, where's this romance coming from? These characters are not good for each other. This isn't a good pairing. This isn't a good romance. If I was going in and you were asking me, hey, ship all the characters in this series, I would not be putting these two together. It just came out of absolutely nowhere after an entire journey together, and I really did not get that twist, and I don't even know if they meant it as a twist, but it just really didn't make much sense. And then a lot of the stuff at the end with Takt and Unmei, I got really emotional at their relationship together, but then some of the stuff that, like, when it gets into the sci-fi-ish aspects are, like, kind of silly, and I don't know. The ending I thought was not very good, and the romance was a kind of big part of that because it was so not great to me. And that's something that I think a bad romance can mess up a lot of endings, but that's a part of this one. So yeah, I just wanted to say that here at the end. Thank you for watching though. Like if you did like the video, comment in there to tell me what you thought of this anime, my thoughts and all of that. Subscribe for more anime, manga, much more on the channel. If you want to follow on Twitter, you can. If you want to join the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or sharing the video around, it would be appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel and also get your name at the end of videos, get One Piece videos a bit early, then you can hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Holly and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, Zephyr and Hono JA and VD Man, Cheerton students, David Langstaff and Folded Ghoul, Slayer candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pater DL, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you all next time.